Welcome, and I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the Okomfo channeling non-Ayeboafo Tigare, and that's Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo. So Nana, please give a warm and loving welcome to Tigare. First, just some brief acknowledgements. The music that you heard at the opening is from Nana's CD, The Greatest Love, and it's the music for the Okom, the spiritual ceremony that is the domain of Okomfo. And Nana Korantemaa is also an award-winning artist. We also want to recognize the Asona Aberade Shrine. It's the non-sectarian arm that we also have called StarSpirit, with StarSpirit Press that puts out our books. And we should just acknowledge briefly that it is Nana Okomfo Akwi Oparibia who founded with her elders the Asona Aberade Shrine. And now we honor Nana Paribia as one of our African Ascended Masters. So you'll also see below in the description links for the books and also where you could contribute to the work that we're doing. And that would be a contribution to the Asona Aberade Shrine. And we want to sincerely thank all of those who've already made a contribution. So here we are. This podcast is dedicated to promoting African spiritual healing wisdom. And this is knowledge that our ancestors lived by, that they knew until their communities were destroyed by wars and enslavement. This information was passed generation to generation. Some thought it was lost, but here we're letting you know that it is alive and well, and we're sharing it with a lot of love and respect and honor for our ancestors. Please remember to subscribe, like us, share the video, and also comment. So I've been asking questions of Nana Ayeboafo Tigare for a long time with the assistance of the Okomfo, Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo. Today, the questions will be based on Nana AC's book, which is right here. And this book is called Celestial Prophecies, Ancient Wisdom from Nana AC Ketuwa, channeled from the third corner of the heavens by Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo. So, as our protocol, first I will provide some background information, and then I will ask the Okomfo to pose a specific question for Tigare to answer. So, as background information, in her book, Nana AC says the purpose of her book is to facilitate a paradigm shift, and also for human beings to attain alignment as a critical goal. This attaining of alignment also means attaining balance and perfection. So Okomfo, please ask Tigare to talk further about this goal of attaining alignment, balance, and perfection.
Yes, thank you. Alignment, balance, and perfection. When Nana speaks about alignment, she'd like us to help individuals see that the reason for suffering that human beings are caught up in during their life is because many things that are natural to promote progress, to promote harmony, to promote balance is out of alignment. The alignment with the natural elements in our environment, in our celestial firmaments, as well as below the earth. So when we find the alignment pushing humanity in a way that there is mass suffering, there are mass wars. There are great imbalances, not only of physical health, but of psychological health, and overall in how individuals treat themselves, treat one another, treat the children and their families are all out of alignment. And people suffer as a result of it. So Nana AC would like, number one, for there to be an awakening of self, to be able to see each individual self as part of the whole universe, as part of the whole earth, as part of all natural elements that the divine creator has created in our environment and in the world as we know it. That it is human beings' responsibility to see themselves as part of all that is divine, as part of each and every other living being on the planet. So when things are out of alignment, there is a miscalculation of what life is truly about.
Excellent, excellent. So to continue, again, as some background from the book, Nana AC talks about chaos, that it's a part of our earthly experience. It's kind of a continuation of what you were talking about in terms of all the suffering. So certainly the suffering falls into that category of chaos in people's lives. It also includes inhumanity, violence, and destruction. Of note, non-AC says chaos can also be an opportunity. And the goal is to maintain calmness in the midst of chaos. Okomfo, please, Mike Tigare, elaborate on the role of chaos in our lives and the recommended way to respond.
Yes, the first question about alignment and chaos, your second question, are really speaking of the same thing, in that when things are out of alignment, there is in fact chaos. There is no harmony. There is no peaceful flowing of energy. And so chaos can be seen as a way to know that its opposite is peace. So when we see chaos, we see things are disheartening, things are upsetting, things that cause destruction and depress lower field of energy. We want to look at what is its opposite. And that would be harmony. That would be balance. That would also be alignment.
Very, very enlightening. So Nana AC goes on to discuss how this is an era when ancient information is surfacing, and that includes her book. The information is open for access to everyone and not for a dominating few. At the same time, it is an era when deceptive tactics and lies are being promoted to confuse the masses, to confuse human beings who are not in positions of power. Of note, Nana AC says confusion or confusing people is a condition of war. Okomfo, ask Boafo Tigare to explain the use of confusion as a weapon of war, and how is this happening today?
It is everywhere today. In fact, most high thinkers, or most people who are searching for better condition of life, want to, in fact, make harmony an everyday affair. So there must be clarity, which is a way to annihilate confusion. Because when one is confused, things do not go together. There is the energy of destruction. There is the energy of splitting apart, of tearing apart. There is an energy of too much output in a given situation. Things are out of balance. And so we look forward to ridding the mind of confusion, of taking the equation, making the equation so that it renders peace and calm and free-flowing energy so that clarity and direction can be easily accessed.
Okay, so when you speak of annihilation, it does sound like a response to a condition of war. So, as our final question for today, as background, Nana AC, and in fact, you yourself, Boafo Tigare, as you might know, you've declared repeatedly, Earth is a paradise, and we are living at the apex or at the peak of the Great Awakening here on planet Earth. Nana AC urges us in her book to use pictures in the mind or images to manifest abundance and the golden age. Okomfo, might Tigare talk about how holding pictures, how holding images in the mind can assist in manifesting the golden age and our own alignment?
Yes, for human beings, the mind is very powerful in declaring what condition you will find yourself in. Each organ, especially the heart and the mind, contributes to your aliveness and to know your part or your function within the whole of humanity, the whole lot of life. Meaning that each and every person is an entire universe. Each and every person can use their mind in ways to create a healthy condition for themselves, for their families, for their communities. The heart holds the secrets of life. All things start with the feelings from the heart. And so when the heart and the mind work together, then images can be created. And from those images, they can evolve into conditions of the environment. So that when you look at something out of harmony, out of place, and you focus on what is needed to move that situation or that image that you have to one of harmony and balance, then you can find the answers to what you would need to do to bring it to reality. So as a living being on this planet, human beings are magnificent. They are capable of making the world what they want it to be. However, it requires responsibility. It requires action. It requires integrity and patience.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, as we conclude, I just want to express my deepest gratitude for this honor of sitting with you, Okomfo, as you channel Boafo Tigare and share this African spiritual healing wisdom that our ancestors knew and lived by. So thank you so much for channeling. I'd like to remind you, our listeners, to subscribe, like us, share, and also comment. In particular, I'd like for you to answer the question, what touched you most deeply today in this podcast? Put it in the comment section. Please know that more videos are coming, and remember to be your higher self, the StarSpirit motto. And also, in addition, please like us and subscribe and share. And most importantly, know that there are links in the description below that can allow you to order the book, Celestial Prophecies. So again, from the core of my heart, I extend all of my love to you and thank you for being our audience of listeners today.